Hi, my name is Tara Grings, and I'm a vice principal at Mira Costa High School in the Manhattan Beach Unified School District. I hope this video is helpful for parents to understand what is an MBUSD apps account, how do you sign into it, and what is it used for. So let's get into it. As a parent, you may be frustrated with your child for not knowing what this account is or how to access it. Well, you're not alone. And to be fair, we want to assure you that when we were at school, students didn't always use their MBUSD apps account information on a daily basis. Plus, teachers and staff were readily available to help them if they forgot. Now that we're learning remotely, though, students will need to use these accounts on a daily basis. So it's that much more important that you know how to access it and that they know how to access it. So, what is the MBUSD apps account anyway? Well, the MBUSD apps account, or you might hear it referred to as just the apps account around campus, is actually just a Gmail or Google account. It's no different than your personal Gmail account since it's Google based. However, MBUSD apps accounts allow students to use a ton of educationally related district resources with the protections of securing your child's information. What throws people a little bit is that there's no Gmail in the domain, it's just mbusdapps.org. But don't be fooled, it's just a Google account. So you're saying, great, how do I log in? Well, that's where we're here to help. To log into your student's MBUSD apps account, the easiest place to start is google.com. Once you're there, click the Sign In option in the upper right-hand corner shown here. If you have your own Gmail account already and are signed into it by default, you will need to sign out of it first, and then click where it says Use Another Account. Once you click Sign In, you'll need to enter your child's MBUSD apps email account. Now, all students in our district have an MBUSD apps account, and all of those accounts start with the last two digits of the year the student will graduate from high school. For example, if your child will graduate in June of the year 2022, then that child's MBUSD apps account would begin with the number 22. After their two-digit graduation year, the account is followed by the student's last name. And finally, their first initial. So, let's say we have a pretend student named Johnny Bravo who is graduating in the year 2022 of June. Well, his MBUSD apps email account would be 22 Bravo J at mbusdapps.org. Remember, the domain mbusdapps.org is a Google account. That means that anytime an educational resource is asking your child to log in using a Google account, they are likely going to use these exact same credentials. MBUSD apps is often misspelled by students, or the word apps, the little last part, is sometimes forgotten. And I have been very guilty of that. So make sure that you've got it spelled just right. Next, your child will need to enter the password that was created for them or that they created. If your child can't remember their password and they're at the elementary level, reach out to your teacher and they will likely have a generic password for all students. If your child is in the upper levels, either middle or high school, they likely created their own password. If they can't remember their password, you can use the link in the description box below of this video to complete a form, and someone will reach out to you when your password has been reset. If your password has already been reset, you would log into your Google MBUSD Apps account like I previously mentioned, and the password would then be provided for you. Then you will be prompted to reset that password to something that's more secure. And that's it. Having access to MBUSD apps allows you and your student to access all the Google applications, including Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Forms, Google Presentation, Google Classroom, and so much more. You will also be able to access these types of applications when your teachers are creating them. Sometimes teachers will create materials that restrict it to only MBUSD apps users, and you won't be able to access those items unless you are properly signed in. If your child is in the 6th grade or higher, your child will also have a Gmail email account. School emails are restricted to only receive district-approved incoming emails. Check with your child's school for more details or questions on that. There are so many school resources you cannot access without logging into MBUSD apps, so make sure you know how to use it. Feel free to take a look at some of the other video resources that we have in this series for parents, and as always, please stay healthy and well. Take good care.